Bad news, y'all. Um, Before I get right into the video, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And don't forget to give me the thumbs up as the video is complete. And don't forget to make sure you do the thumbs up because my video is circulating all over social media and YouTube land for your enjoyment pleasure. After you hit the or before you hit the notification bell. Don't forget. All right. Former Price is Right host Bob Barker. You guys remember the guy? He's an older white guy who's been doing the Price is Right for almost 40 to 50 years of his career. Dates all the way back to the 60s, like 7, 8 years before I was born. I was born in 71. I think Price is Right got started around 65, 66, somewhere along up in there. That's when he started doing Price is Right. But before that, he was doing other venues before he got to the Price is Right. And we started doing it. Ever since then, he's been doing Price is Right. He's been the mainstay for Price is Right, dating back to the late 60s, up until 2008 or 9, around the time when he retired from showbiz. Has passed away today at the age of 99. I think he was 90. I think he was 89 or 90 when he retired from The Price is Right. This is a guy who's been doing Price is Right for almost 3 decades, maybe 4 decades. I could be wrong. I'm gonna stick with 4 decades. And as a child, I used to get up or come home from school in the afternoon and look at The Price is Right. Or he came on in some mornings, and I think he came on in the afternoon too. It was kind of like a rerun from the morning show. If you missed the morning, it'll come on in the afternoon right after school. We used to watch his show, The Price is Right, where he called people off the out from the crowd into the down and into the 4 or 5 booths they had below with the prices on it. You got to call the correct price or estimate or guess the correct price to win to get on stage with him, and you get introduced to a lot of games you have to play to win. And once you win, then you have the final round where you spin the wheel. Once you spin the wheel, if you get in between 75 to 100, I think 100 is the score. And once the first person get that 100 or get somewhere a higher score, that person win. He always do 3 people, and one person will go home if they lost the first. It always depends on the high score on the wheel. Whoever get the high score wins. But anyway, as a child, growing up watching all of that, I guess he had different venues of games, and then I think the show kind of lost its way a little bit. And then somehow the show got rediscovered all over again by a new audience, and that kind of gave him a new refreshment of his career as a game show host. And that go back to the 80s right there. I think that when the show kind of dwindled down a bit, and they started introducing more games. And the most famous game of that show was the one where you have to where this little man moves up the hill, and you only can go so far up that hill. And if you get the correct number, it has to be the correct number for him to go all the way up the hill. But if he goes a little far over the hill, fall over. That was the most. That was the most popular game of that show. And he had about 25, 30 different games, and on each and every show is always something different. There's the different people, different games played year round around, and then it comes to two. And then at the end of the day, after you spin that wheel, he gets 3 different people on every segment. 2 people can only win, and once they win, then it goes to the final round. The final round is where he had 2 booths, where the person that won the first one gets the first, and then there's always a round up. So you have to bet the correct price. The first person, the first person who wins, they get first bid. And so once they get the first bid on that, it stops there, and then the next rounder up gets the second bid. And so whoever comes close to their bids be the winner, if it's the rounder up or the first contestant. And there have been times where in the game where the contestant or the runner up or the first contestant wins both bids. That has happened a few times as well. So I used to watch the game as a child. I mean, I can go home with stories of games that I remember. But Bob Barker was a pretty good game show host, and he was the most popular game show host in all of game show land. There have been other games that came on. Let's Make a Deal. There have been Family Feuds. There have been the Whammy. I mean, I can simply talk about games for days. Game shows, and oh yeah, and the $1 million pyramid. I continue to go on and on with games, and but Price Right was the most popular one. I think that game show got more viewers than any other game over the span of that game's career. Like I said, Bob Barker retired somewhere like in 2008 or 9, might have been 10, somewhere along. I've been there at the age of 85, 86 when he retired. And then the other dude, they brought another guy who runs the show. Now he's the new guy. He's been there for about 12, 13 years. However long Bob Barker's been gone is how long this new guy had been on this show. I forgot the guy's name. He used to have his own TV show at one point, and then he was doing he started doing other movies and TV shows. But now he's the main host of Price is Right. He's the heir apparent to Bob Barker. So Bob Barker, when Bob Barker called a career, he just relaxed and didn't have anything to do. So I guess the age caught up with him. I'm not exactly sure how he passed. I didn't go as far as how he passed. All I know he's gone, and so he died today. Matter of fact, today's my brother's birthday. He died on my brother's birthday. So that's kind of so that's sad. Most of that kind of, but that is sad in so many ways. So Bob Barker, you will be remembered. No one have not forgot. I know I haven't forgotten because I just for the last 5 or 6 minutes talked about the game that I remember as a child watching. So you will be remembered, Bob Barker. I haven't forgotten you. You know what I'm saying? I'm 52 years old, and you retired around a lot of part of my years when I was in my 40s. So I have not forgotten you. I won't forget you, and the world will not forget you. Again, Bob Barker, former talk not talk show, but former TV host of The Price is Right, dies at the age of 99. If he had survived this year, he probably would have made the 100-year mark. But he's one of the oldest men in America. Now he's gone. God has him now. And again, I made 4 videos today. This is the fourth one I made. So, but they all have some type of significant importance. Comment after the video is complete. Let me know what you think. What do you think about Bob Barker? Do you remember all the games that Bob Barker has done as a host, no matter where you at all over the country or all over the world? You remember Bob Barker? What game that he did that you remember as a child growing up? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.